Paul Hunter is an epidemiologist and professor in medicine at the University of East Anglia. He joins us now from Norwich. Thanks so much for being with us today, Paul.
My pleasure.
So
Good evening.
we are on the verge of what looks like being a second national lockdown in the UK. How on earth have we got to this point?
Well, I think we've got to this point primarily because of this new variant that seems to be so much more infectious than the previous variants and was increasing in number even during the national lockdown that we had in November. And really we got to the end of the lockdown in November, realizing that it hadn't been as effective as we believed it should have been, but not really knowing why. And it was only in the following week or two that we began to hear about this new variant. And it is a very serious situation that we find ourselves in because of this.
So given that we knew that the lockdown in November hadn't effectively worked very well, and given that numbers already look worse than they did when there was a full lockdown in March, why hasn't this second full lockdown been done sooner?
Well, I mean, it has been different. I mean, one of the problems over a holiday period like we've had over Christmas is that it's actually quite difficult to know exactly what's going on with the figures because in the run-up to Christmas, people have been going to get more tests because they want to perhaps go and see their relatives. And then there's fewer tests done over Christmas. So it's been actually quite difficult to know exactly what's been going on. But as Christmas recedes into the background, it has now really, particularly in the last few days, become very clear that things are going very bad very quickly. And I think that's what's driven the decision that we've made today, or that the Prime Minister will be talking about in the next hour or so. So yes, it was very difficult to predict that we were going to get this new variant, but and once it was here, it's been very difficult to predict exactly what's going to happen over the coming days and actually what will and will not work.
And obviously, we've had better news that we've got vaccines now in circulation, including this new one that first was administered today. But is that actually going to be enough? Is that going to plug the gap?
Oh, it's going to be one of the most important things. And I think rolling out of the vaccine, as we are doing, is really now the only thing that's going to get us out of this anytime soon. And even that is not going to be an absolute guarantee because, there will be people who don't have the vaccine and who will still be at risk of getting severe illness and sadly dying. So, how we manage this over the coming weeks and months is going to depend on how well we actually manage this next few weeks and how well the vaccine goes and how many people actually present themselves for vaccination.
OK, Paul Hunter from the University of East Anglia, thank you very much indeed for talking to us today.